Hello, Lori. Welcome. We will definitely be focusing on 2 blocks or 2 books. And there's a couple of stretches at the end. If I invite you, if you need this, because it'll be one we're on the back, stretching out the hamstring, to have a strap. So those are the tools that we'll have available. Doesn't mean everybody will need them. But the 2 blocks probably will be beneficial for some of these fun little moves we're going to practice today. And happy May 1st. So we'll wait a few more moments to see if anybody else pops in, and we'll explore. I can only give you a heads up. We're going to focus a lot on the back body. I know it myself, a lot of times when we're practicing, it's a lot of pushing. Well, today we're not really going to focus on the pushes, but more of the drawing in, engaging the back body a little more, and the hips. So a lot of emphasis on the posterior chain. Let's see. Hello, Kathy. Welcome. So Kathy, I was just sharing with Lori, who's also on with us, that today we will definitely need 2 blocks or 2 books and a strap that we'll use. So those are the 3 props that we'll definitely focus on. If you have a blanket to sit on or for your knees, the first set of lunges that we do go into a low lunge, and then we're really not low lunging anymore. But if you have sensitive knees, always know, use a blanket. Nothing wrong with it. Make it comfortable so you don't feel those nerves in the kneecap flared up. So get a little closer so I can see everybody. Oh, we got Kathy and Lori. So what we'll go ahead and do, and I hope more people join us, but I'm so glad to be here with you, is go ahead and center in a comfortable place. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that, or set your gaze maybe at the bridge of the nose. And slow down for a few moments, connecting with the breath. Notice where the breath takes you. once you have a good sense of the breath, let's deepen the breath by counting to ourselves either to 5 or to 7. Pause as you inhale to that count and slowly exhale 5 to 7 or maybe a little bit more, and then pause at the bottom. So noticing as you deepen and lengthen your breath. Notice how the body actually receives the breath. And also notice how the body releases the breath. So the giving and the receiving for the breath. And the giving and the receiving of the front and back body. The next time you've completely exhaled all the air out, just go back to a very gentle breath, not counting. We'll float the eyes open if they're closed and draw the arms all the way up towards the heavens. Palms meet. Gently exhale the hands to your heart. I always like to invite you to set an intention for your practice. Take a moment to seal that intention. Let that be one of the threads for your practice. And then when you are ready, we will begin on the back, fine-tuning the posterior chain. So coming onto your back, you can have everything close by, all your props. We're actually going to settle in for just a brief moment on the back, allowing that low back to release. The palms can be pressing right by the sides of your body, shoulder blades relaxed. And let's go ahead and just walk your feet to the edges of the mat and do some very gentle windshield wipers. Nice and easy. Just notice the hips, that gentle motion of side to side, releasing any tension that might be in that outer hip. You might notice one side might be just a little tighter than the other, almost like a rubber band, how one gets tighter. Just allow the breath to help you release it. We'll take one more each way. And then as you come back to the center, bring your feet so they're about the distance of your hips. Hands by the side of your body. You might even graze the back of your heel with your fingertips. Shoulder blades soften on the mat. We're going to come into a glute bridge raise. We're going to be moving with the breath. So here we go. Inhale as you start to tilt your pelvis up. Press it to the backs of the shoulders. See if you can feel the pressure into the heels and the inner legs kind of drawing towards each other. And then as you exhale, articulate the spine back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you're all the way down, initiate the next movement with your inhalation. Just gently bringing that awareness to the back body. Finding balance on both sides. Exhalation will draw us down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Now on the next one, let's hold it up there. So as you start to feel that little rock, the tilt, drawing that pubic bone up towards your sternum almost, feels like there's a string pulling you. See if you can balance out so the hips and the shoulders, there's a nice long line. Squeeze your bottom. Press the weight into your heels. And we'll hold for 5. Breathing 4, 3, 2, 1. Now as you gently come back down, articulate down with your exhalation. Draw those legs in, hugging those shins, relax your feet. And we'll do a few little rock and rolls. Now you can keep it nice and little, right? Or you can rock and roll, massaging that spine, belly button towards your spine. And the next time you come up, we're going to pause right here. Take the hands behind. Keep the feet so they're a distance of your hip bones. Elbows are bent. Now, I want you to visualize your heart pulling you. So as I bend my elbows, I'm going to lift my heart and try to straighten my elbows. So you feel a nice stretch through the chest, and you also feel the shoulder blades draw together. Now, as you soften, you're going to round and the elbows bend, and then let your heart lead the way as you start to straighten the elbows. Now, you can continue with this motion, or on this next one, I invite you just to come along with me. As I come into it this time, I'm going to come into that reverse table. Now, again, finding the balance of weight on my feet. The chin can have a slight lift. I just don't want to throw the head back to cause any strain in the neck. Engage from that back body. Press the earth away. Breathe deeply. We'll hold 5, 4, steady, 3, 2, 1. And then gently soften. Draw in. Cross the ankles. Let's roll onto the all fours. We're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So spread your hands, actively engage belly button to spine, and then we'll slowly lift off into our first downward facing dog. So take a few moments. Notice how this dog feels this morning, really this afternoon. As you're slowly pedaling, when the right knee is bent, you might want to look under the right armpit just to let the neck release, and then gently bend the left. The feeling is somebody's got a string around your hip bones drawing you back. Finding the balance of weight from your hands all the way down towards your feet. Letting the breath guide you. Stay very aware of both sides of your body. That's it. Now, find your downward dog in stillness. So whatever that might look for you, feel. Be mindful that we don't want to feel strain in the low back. Staying connected with that breath, let's roll into your plank position. So it is like a wave. So we're going to wave into that plank. Press through the legs. Actively lift your kneecaps, pressing through those heels. That's it. Now as you exhale, bend your knees, send your hips back first, and then play with lengthening. Let's do that again. Moving with breath. Inhale into that plank. Pause. Bend the knees almost to graze the mat. Send the hip bones back, and then exhale. One more time, moving with that breath. Pause, bend, send it back, exhale all the air out. That's it. Now, right leg is coming up, 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 up. Looking between your thumbs, we're going to step this right foot between the thumbs and release the left knee to the earth. So this is where, for this particular section, you can use that blanket under your left knee. I'm going to relax the top of my left foot, and then very gently, letting the tailbone just draw under just slightly, pubic bone towards my belly button. I'm going to release this left hip. If you could stay with the hands here or draw the hands up. With a big inhalation, just let your heart lift to the heavens. Now on your exhalation, we're going to play with straightening this right leg and gently hinge forward. Now as you inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, bow. We'll do that again. Inhale, lengthen. So like someone's pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Exhale, bow. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Beautiful. Now bend your right knee. This is where the blocks are going to come in handy. So I'm going to place the blocks right by my right leg. I can move my blanket and I will straighten the left leg. Now this is called a skater. And I didn't make this up. I actually saw this from another wonderful yoga teacher named Nuria Reed, and I loved it. So we're going to press into the blocks. And you can use your blocks in any configuration. I'm going high because I'm going to bring my left knee in, place the left foot on the mat, and lower my body down. Oh, breathe. So in this position, we are going to play with a reverse plank, modified. So, taking the hands behind, my fingertips are pointing toward my bottom. My chest is going to lift. So you could stay right here. If you would like to go a little deeper, I'm going to lift my heart, point the left toes. I might even lift this right heel and play with that reverse plank. Powering through my back body. Breathe. Inner legs are trying to draw towards each other. On your exhalation, soften, bend your elbows, lower your hips down. Here we go. Take your blocks. We're going to push, send this left leg back into a lunge. Place your left hand down on the ground. That left hand might be a little ahead of your shoulder. Rotate for that lovely simple twist. Breathe. Back leg is active. We're lifting that kneecap up. And the inner legs are trying to draw towards each other. To allow that breath to guide you. One more breath here. And then as we release, place the right hand down. Let's come back into our downward facing dog. Ah, beautiful. Let's try the other side. So again, tidy up. Engage from that center, letting the neck relax. Let's lift this left foot up to the sky. Looking between your thumbs, bend this left knee and gently glide forward. We're going to release the right knee. Use your blanket if you need. Relax the top of your right foot. So again, I just want to make sure that I don't feel any strain in my low back. Engaging those core muscles. Tailbone draws under, pubic bone towards your belly button. And you can stay with your hands on your thigh. You can use your breath to guide you up with that inhalation. And a little lift of the heart. Now on your next exhalation, let's straighten this left leg. We're going to come forward into this variation of Hanuman, Ardha Hanuman. So as you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, just round. Inhale, lengthen so our heart pulls forward. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Now, as we come back, we're going to bend the left leg, take our blocks with us, straighten the right leg, because here comes that little skater move. I'm going to bring my right leg through and sit. It's okay to plop, no harm. Here we go for our reverse. So I point the right toes. I'm going to press through my left foot, hands behind, fingertips pointing towards my rear. Drawing my heart forward, inhale, and then I'm very gently going to power up using the back body. So posterior chain. That's it. Finding that balance. Take one more breath here. And then as you release, relax. Take those blocks in any configuration. Press. Step back into that lunge. Right hand down. Right hand is a little ahead of my shoulder. Coming into that simple twist. And open it up. That's it. So find the power of every pose. The give and take. That's it. Now, as we release out of that, place that hand down, and let's make our way back into downward facing dog. Now, we are going to work our way onto the belly before we take a series again. So, working your way back into that plank, let's lower onto the belly. Now, instead of doing a lot of pushing our body, we're going to focus on, imagine your arms out in front of you and you have gliders. So I don't, but you could just let your hands soften. When we come back, the pubic bone stays down, the belly button to spine, tops of feet are anchored to the earth, head is looking down. I just want you to feel this movement of gliding and releasing. Gliding your hands, squeezing those shoulder blades, and releasing. So a key is to lift your kneecaps up as you're drawing back, pressing the pubic bone down, gliding back. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Try two more. So you don't want to feel any strain in that low back, but I'm working more the thoracic spine. Take a breath here in a, call this Advasana or abdominal breathing. Just let your body surrender there for a breath or two. Notice the ebb and flow. And then very gently, bring your hands right by your rib cage, bringing the legs a little closer together. It's okay to bend the knees, belly button to spine, draw those elbows back, shoulders away from ears. Press, exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. And then gently walk your hands towards your feet, nice and slow and steady. Once you're there, notice this forward fold. Come halfway up, inhale, let your heart move forward, belly button to spine. As you exhale, release. Now active legs, press through those feet, engage the inner legs, fly up. Palms can meet. Exhale the palms to your heart. Breathe. We're going to do a little back bend right here. And it's almost like our camel pose. So taking the hands either at your hips, right here at the hip crease, with the fingers pointing down. You might even take your hands right here at the back of the thighs. It's really personal, but I want you to envision like you're arcing back. Tailbone is going to draw underneath to protect that spine. So find the place that serves you best. Ground through those feet. With breath, as you inhale, play. So you might just stay right here. If it feels good, draw, open. But be where it's right for you. No strain, no strain. So keeping the breath active. Gently, as you're coming up, one unit, pull the belly button to spine. Pause. Inhale the arms all the way up, lengthening. As you exhale, flow. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, release. gently walk yourself back into downward facing dog. So again, that little walking meditation. Belly button to the spine. Once you're back in that dog, reconnect, reconnect. Let's draw the right leg way up to the sky. Bend the right knee. Gently open that right hip. Just get a nice little movement right through that right hip. That's it. Relaxing your right foot. Now, as you square this right hip, we're going to step back into that lunge. Good. Now, this time, see what it feels like as we come back into that skater. So, hands, press down, bring your left leg through. You might even pause right here. Bend the elbows as you lower the body down. Now, we're going to hold on to the right shin and roll onto the back. We're going to focus on the left glute. So I'm going to roll down my spine, hold on to the right shin, and bend this left knee and place this left foot close to my bottom. Emphasizing this left glute. Pressing through that heel. Here we go. We're going to inhale and lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift, squeeze. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Squeeze, press through the heel, feel the inner arch. Exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more time. Inhale up. Squeeze. Exhale down. Now extend the left leg and just let it hover. Now remember, if this causes any strain, you can lift this left leg up. So it's just hovering, pressing this left hip down, belly button to spine. We're going to take the right elbow, press it against the right thigh or the right knee. Left hand is behind your head. So we're doing a little rotation. Now you can always place this left leg down if this bothers your back. Exhale, elbow to knee, open. Exhale, elbow to the right knee, open. Exhale, elbow to knee, open. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. That's it. And then relax. Give yourself a little hug. Let's roll back up. So hold on to that right shin. Roll back up. Take your lovely little blocks. Press, step. And we're going to come into high lunge. So take a moment here. Pressing through this left hip. Rise up. So here's our crescent lunge. Shoulder blades draw down the back. Now you're going to get my back side, but that's okay because I want you to see the pulling action. We're going to open up into Warrior 2. So as I pivot into Warrior 2, I'm just going to take a moment to really solid build my foundation. Feel the outer edge of that left foot. Feel that right knee, you can see at least all those toes, but like over the 3rd toe. Strength. Now we're going to go back to the back body. As I inhale, I come up. As I exhale, I pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. Just making sure my knee stays over those toes. 1 more time. Then I'm going to straighten the arms, find that solid stance. Belly button to spine. As I inhale, find your reverse. Just offer it up in that reverse warrior. Now as we exhale, here comes our cartwheel. The left hand comes down to the ground, and I'm going to pivot, and I'm coming back into that simple twist. Now, the left hand is a little ahead of my left shoulder. Rotate, right arm to sky. Now we can play with this. We can come into side plank. You could stay right here. You can also bend your left knee. So as I start to roll onto that blade of my left foot, I'm going to take my time to stack or stagger. Now, the key is to lift and use this left oblique. So I'm trying to lift the left hip up and breathe, breathe. So I'm reaching, there's the give and take. I'm trying to give and take, receive and breathe. That's it. Find that inner strength. Stay as long as you can. We'll go 5. That's it. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this right arm in the sky, it's going to do something real tricky when we come back. So as we come back, see if you can square up. Bring this left hand down and see if you can find a plank position. Power through the right arm. Here's where we got to really press through that back body, belly button to spine. Stay strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to come into a wide leg dog. I'm going to take my left hand to the outer edge of my mat. Hold on so I don't slip. Play with rotation. So just be careful. You could always just stay in a wide leg dog. If it's available, I am threading through, looking under my left armpit, pressing my hips back. So you've got another revolution here. Breathe, breathe. Now as we unravel, take a moment to find your down dog. Just pause. We can bring the feet a little closer together. That's it. Now I always invite you, you could stay right here. You can do a vinyasa if you like. Or you can take a child's pose. So I always like to give those options. We're all at different places and who knows how each one of us is feeling today. So honor your body. Even staying in downward dog and building that relationship here. Finding that solid place where you feel that it is a resting place. All right, we're going to try to go to the other side. So here we go. Left leg comes up. Bending the left knee, just gently open up the hip. Relax your left foot. And then as you square, we're going to step through, find that lunge. All right, here comes that skater move again. So we're going to be going to the other side here. So I'm going to bring my right leg in, think tiny, send the right leg out, lower down. Hugging my left shin. So this is where we're going to roll down and work this right glute. So rolling down your spine. Bend, place that right foot down, hold on to your left shin, and let's focus on the right glute. So pressing through the heel. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Now you're going to probably notice one hip feels stronger than the other. So this is why it's nice to do one body part, just to see which side might pull more. Feel the inner arch of your foot, the right foot. Pressing through that heel. Let's do one more. We'll hold at the top. So as we come up, so we can find a solid squeeze here. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now as we release down, extend the right leg. You can let it hover or you can place it down. It's engaging through that center. Pressing the sacrum down. Left elbow is pressing against the left thigh. Right arm is over on the side. I've got my fingertips behind my head. As I exhale, elbow, inhale. Exhale, inhale. One more time. And relax the leg, breathe. Hold on to your left shin. We're going to rock and roll back up. So a little momentum coming up. Take your blocks and let's work back into that lunge. So, coming into crescent lunge, take a moment to feel strength as you build this foundation, moving that right hip slightly forward, harnessing the energy in the center, drawing the ribs towards each other, draw up, breathe, engaging that back body. So staying connected with the breath, let's work our way into warrior two. So as I transition, I'm going to pivot that right foot, feel the outer edge of that foot, bending my left knee, feeling that stretch. That's it, drawing the arms. So we're going to move with that breath again, pulling down. As I inhale, I straighten. As I exhale, pull. Inhale. Listening to that breath. Now as we come back into this position, stretch the arms. Check to make sure this left knee is pulling back so there's no strain in that. Set your course strong and steady. Now staying connected with the breath. Let's go ahead and stretch it back in that reverse position. And then as we release, here comes that cartwheel, bringing the right hand down towards the ground. Yes. We're going to come back into that twist. Now this is where I invite you to play with your side plank. Now again, just make sure if you're looking down at your right hand that it's ahead of your right shoulder. Come to the blade edge of your right foot, working the right side body as we draw up. That's it. So the shoulder blades are like little wings pushing your heart forward. Engage your glute muscles, pressing through those feet like you're standing on the ground. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now finding your plank, widen your feet. Yes, right hand now is going to be your support. Left arm by your ear. We'll hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now here comes that wide dog. Yes. So I'm going to take a moment to place my right hand on my outside of my mat to hold on so I don't slide. Take that moment, solid, so you don't feel any strain in this right shoulder. Belly button to spine. Here comes that rotation. So I'm looking under my right armpit, just gently gazing. That's it. Sending the tailbone back, broadening those sits bones. That's it. Stay steady, very present. Let that breath flow in. Now as we release, take your time. Solid base here with the hands, bringing those feet a little closer together. Feel your down dog breath. So before we take this whole series again, I'm going to take a moment just for you to come to child's pose and really hone in to your back body. So let's bend the knees, relax the tops of the feet. You can make a fist with your hands and just very gently send those hips back and breathe. Just notice where you might hold tension in your spine. See if you can soften. Just let the hips gently draw back towards your heels. Now looking at your hands, let's take that left hand to the outer side of the mat there. Just notice that stretch. And you can just place your right hand on your sacrum. feel that whole left side start to wake up a little bit. Now you can also play with the thumb up around that outer edge with your pinky side. Gives you a different stretch. Breathe. And then we're going to take the hands over towards the left side of the mat. And the right hand, you can start with it flat or come to that outer edge. Thumb up. And then the left hand could be on your sacrum. But just notice how this stretches out that side just a little differently, especially with those side planks. And then we're going to gently walk it back to the center and prepare. We're going to take this little loop with just a little spin on things. If you have a wall close at hand, you might enjoy having the wall there. So spreading your hands, let's come back up, downward facing dog. Right leg comes way up to the sky. Bend the right knee, step through, find that lunge position. Breathe, but let's walk the right foot out to the side just a little bit and maybe see what it feels like to straighten the right leg, pressing the back heel towards the ground. You can bend so you can get a deeper stretch with that left hip and then play with straightening. One more time. Now as you bend, bring that foot back just a little closer. Here comes our skater. We're going to skate through and plop. We're going to stretch before we do our final. So I'm going to hug in this right leg and come into a variation of happy baby. So you can use a strap if you need it here. So as I come onto the back, if you need a strap, I'm going to show it with both. We're going to play with happy baby. Now the left leg is very active, so I am trying to press that left hip down, actively press through my left foot, the inner leg. So I want to feel like there's a little magnet pulling to the center through my arch, drawing my right knee towards the floor. So there's a variation of our lovely happy baby. And breathe. Now you might be able to hold on to the foot, but the strap just gives you a little extra leverage. Now we're going to play with straightening this right leg, so that strap is very helpful. Drawing those toes towards your shin, inner leg. Now keeping this left hip down, I take the left arm over to the side and draw this right leg over towards the right side. I have a zipper on the back of these pants, so if you hit it a certain way, it's not very pleasant. Just notice that length. The left arm is active, belly button to spine. Now we're going to breathe the right leg back and pass this over to the other side. So I'm going to take the strap or the foot and open up through the right side of the body and get a little rotation here. Active legs. You can even gaze at the right hand. Just allow the breath to flow. Now here comes the next part. We're going to bring this right leg back. Release the strap. Might even give a little extra love. Now, as you bend your right leg, here comes that little, we're going to do a little rock back up to the sits bone. So hold on to that right shin. Rock. Take those lovely blocks. Work. And we're coming into a standing split. So, this is where it can get tricky, depending how this right leg feels. So, I like to say use your blocks. There's nothing wrong with that. The blocks are there for you. If you feel like, okay, I can take my left hand, hold on to the back of this right heel or calf, and just gently draw in, almost like you're pulling weeds. Yes, left leg is coming up. Now you can stay right here and just play with a standing split. The reason I wanted you to have the wall, sometimes we don't put much strength or power into things, but with a wall there, if you wanted to play with handstand, you don't have to. You could just practice a hop. So let's say you're not comfortable with the idea of coming up. That's okay. Maybe just hopping. Putting the weight into your fingertips, the mounds of the fingers, and this little hop. Yes? Now, I've got my wall there, so it gives me a lot of confidence. I could just play with 1, 2, and pop. Engaging the inner legs, and unfortunately my garments are not working for me. But you could play with this motion. This is not, I don't have to. When you come back down, pause, breath, and then we're going to very gently bend, and breathe, and breathe. The last of our side planks. Now, we can play with a tree in side plank if you like. You don't have to. I'm going to make sure my left hand is slightly ahead of my shoulder. Walk my right foot over to the side. Maybe even play with straightening that leg. Pivot on the edge of my left foot. So I feel that edge. Belly button to spine. Pick up and just maybe play with tree pose. Now, if you've got the flexibility and can straighten the leg, by all means go for it. But you could just be a tree and breathe and breathe. Engaging that left hip underneath you. Draw it up. We'll hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, we could take that leg right across over the log, open the heart, wild thing. Gaze at your left hand. Heart spirals open. Pressing through this right leg, so engaging through that right glute. Spreading your right hands, belly button to spine. Gently unravel. Pause and breathe. Left leg comes up. Bending the left knee, looking forward. Let's come into that lunge. Pause. Taking those blocks that send the leg through. Lower the body down. Having that strap close in hand. Hug your shin and pause. Take your strap for that happy baby. So, again, I want to think of pressing through this right leg. Trying to get at that body, almost like a squat that toppled over, engaging those inner legs. So you want to feel the arches drawing in the breath. So the breath guides us. The breath truly lets us know what's going on. Now we're going to straighten the left leg, and now with the strap you've got some play. Toes draw to the shins. Again, inner leg, the breath. Now the hand could be out to the side for counterbalance as we play with opening the leg to the side. Keep gently drawing that awareness to pressing the right hip down. And then as we come back to center, pass the strap, relax your left arm, take your time just to slowly bring that leg over. You might even turn and gaze towards the left hand. And then on your next inhalation, let's draw back to center. Gently draw that leg towards you. Just feel that energy. Releasing your strap. Bend your knees and hold on to that shin. Here comes that rock and roll. All right. This is the last time we're going to do this, baby. So press, find your standing split. So again, this is where I want you to play. Don't think you have to do anything that doesn't feel right to you. You could stay with just holding on to the blocks. You could hold on to the back of the leg. Really imagine that you're trying to pull weeds, pull weeds, pull weeds. You can place the hands down on the mat. Play with that little hop. You can go for the gold if you have that wall, or if you're seasoned and you love doing them and you feel confident, you go for the gold. I'm still very timid when it comes to this. This is work in progress. Draw the belly button to your spine. Internally rotate your legs. Feel how your fingers have to work like your toes. Breathe. And then when you're ready to come down, that left leg comes down. Breath. We're going to soften by bending that left knee. Slide your right leg back. Right hand down. Go ahead and take a little rotation. Now this is where we'll take that last side plank variation. So you can walk your left foot over again. Straighten it. Then as you bend, you can pick it up. Come to the outer edge of your right foot. Play with that tree. Lifting up. Fix my garments. Breath. Breath. Lifting through that right hip. Breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the left hand down. Breathe. Oh, I forgot. I forgot for your oh, you'd be so sad. I'd be sad if you didn't get your wild thing. Oh, breathe. Gaze at the right hand. You would say I'm lopsided. I would have made you lopsided. And then when you are ready, unravel. Find downward facing dog. And we are going to go to the belly and pause. So shifting your weight into plank, lower your body down, make a little pillow, take one cheek to the pillow, or if you like to calm the nervous system, bring your eyebrows on top of your hands so you're pressing gently at that third eye. Soften. And let everything settle right there. Notice the ebb and flow of your breath. Now, if your left hand is on top, maybe place your right hand on top. Or change cheeks if you have the cheek. Just notice the breath. And then when you are ready, let's work our way to the all fours, nice and slow. Hands by the rib cage, draw the shoulders away from the ears, bend the knees. Gently walk your knees towards your wrist, cross your ankles, and sit. Shaking out those legs in front of you. We'll find Dandasana. And just pause right here. So finding that place where you can sit up nice and tall, heart lifted, core braced. Working our way down onto the mat, I invite you for any upside down that you would like. I know we played with the wall a little bit, but if you would like to bring your legs up the wall, as a resting pose, that's fine. You could use block and place it under the sacrum. You can do bridge with the block, shoulder stand, So I'm just going to have us come down, and I'm going to let you have this time to play for a few minutes. Find what you feel would be beneficial to your body today. So always could go restorative, but I want you to have fun with where you choose to go. The sacrum supported. Feel the shoulders gently press. Feel that support. Notice the breath. So this is a good place. You could play with the balance. You could go to shoulder stand. You could also do a wheel if you felt like you felt like a wheel pose, back bend. So find that place. Go deep within and enjoy. Notice the sounds also. There could be some subtle sounds in your room. Take 1 or 2 more breaths in this little shape. And then when you're ready to come out, take your time. Remove the block. Take a full body stretch. Just lengthen your body out. Take a big inhalation, hold it for a beat or two, then stick out your tongue and let everything go. Relax. Bring the feet together. Pause. Notice that connection. Take a hand at your heart, a hand at the belly. Just slowing everything down. Calming the nervous system. Now from this spot, if there's any other little motion your body needs, please take it. And then finding the last pose, Shavasana. So when you are ready, just let your body unfold. Anything that's in the way, just move it. Take a scan of the body from the arches of the feet all the way up to the top of your head. And if you have a hard time allowing the body to release, going back to the counting of the breath in. And the counting of the breath out. Let it go. stay as long in this lovely pose as you like. But if you are ready to come out, let's take a nice deep breath, fill the body. And as you release, maybe some very gentle movement. Just getting the body acclimated for coming up. And then bending the knees and planting the soles of the feet. Pause. Just notice that connection. And then drawing one arm up by your ear, just as to make a pillow as you roll towards that side. And once you get there, take a breath or two. And then using the arm in front of you to guide you out throughout the rush, find a place where you can sit, reconnect, take a pause, going back to that intention that you set. Together, we'll take a breath in, drawing the arms way up towards the heavens. Palms meet. Exhale the palms to your heart. And in gratitude, I bow to you. And I thank you.